Good evening. Making the headlines on Mello TV Evening News at 8. Minister of National Security addresses the government's decision to equalize the visa regime for Cuban nationals transiting Jamaica. Bail denied for former SSL wealth advisor Jean Ann Panton, and 48-hour curfew imposed following terror in Tucker. And now the details. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of National Security Dr. Horace Chang has issued a statement regarding the government's decision to equalize the visa regime for Cuban nationals visiting and transiting Jamaica. The visa regime has always been in place for Cuban nationals entering Jamaica, but data indicates that over the last 3 years, and in particular in the last year, there have been significant breaches of this arrangement as thousands of Cuban nationals transited Jamaican ports en route to Central America and did not return. Dr. Horace Chang indicated that the government cannot allow Jamaica to be used as an illegal transit point, whether perceived or detected for people or contraband. Dr. Chang further stated that Jamaica continues to enjoy a positive relationship with the government and people of Cuba, and both governments are pursuing measures to strengthen bilateral and regional security mechanisms. And as we continue to track developments in light of reported fraud at SSL, the Supreme Court today denied bail for former wealth advisor at Stocks and Securities Limited, SSL, Jean Ann Panton, who was recently charged with numerous fraud offenses in connection with the theft of billions of dollars from the investment accounts of over 40 clients. Panton was remanded on Friday, February 17, after her initial appearance before the Supreme Court. Her lawyers requested bail on the basis of her medical condition. According to Panton's defense counsel, Tamika Harris, Panton suffers from diabetes, hypertension, and chronic lumbar, hip, and knee pain. Her ailments were corroborated by 2 medical reports and press clippings. Additionally, the lawyer informed the judge that the patient requires physical therapy and that there is a risk of infection according to the medical records. The presiding judge, Justice Lorna Shelley Williams, expressed dissatisfaction with the application and noted that what was provided was inadequate. Panton's request to make an appearance via Zoom for the subsequent court date was also denied. An interim date of April 19, 2023 was set for a bail application to be heard. Meanwhile, the matter will be returned to court on June 15, 2023 for plea and case management. Still tonight, after a terrifying night in the community, a 48-hour curfew has been imposed in Tucker in Granville, St. James. The curfew began at 6 p.m. yesterday and will remain in effect until 6 p.m. tomorrow, February 25. Residents were forced to take cover when armed men opened fire in several parts of the community starting at 9 p.m. on Wednesday. Firefighters who responded to calls who were forced to leave due to intense gunfire returned after a strong contingent of police arrived and order was restored. 7 homes and 2 vehicles suffered fire damage. The boundaries of the curfew are north along Tucker Main Road, about 818 meters from Sabrina's Seafood Place to the intersection with Chambers Drive. East along Chambers Drive, about 1,152 meters from the intersection with Tucker Main Road to Granville Police Station at the southern boundary. South, continuing along Chambers Drive, about 667 meters from Granville Police Station to the intersection with Fairfield Main Road. West, along Fairfield Main Road, about 1,582 meters from the intersection with Chambers Drive to Sabrina's Seafood Place at Tucker Main Road. Now, during the hours of the curfew, all persons within its boundaries are required to remain within their premises unless otherwise authorized in writing by the ground commander. Are you currently seeking employment? If so, beware, as the Ministry of Labor and Social Security is cautioning persons to be aware of a new scam of flyers being circulated on social media advertising job fairs for overseas opportunities. The minister in a press release stated that they are aware of numerous persons who have responded to these advertisements and paid fees only to realize that the individuals are operating illegally. Members of the public are being urged to visit the ministry's website at www.mlss.gov.jm to confirm the list of employment agencies which are licensed to operate in Jamaica before engaging with employment offers. Persons may also contact the ministry's employment agencies unit at 876-676-5806 or via email. The Labor and Social Security Ministry has established a hotline at 876-553-5457 to facilitate reports via WhatsApp. Persons who believe that they have been fleeced are being encouraged to immediately contact the ministry and to report the matter to the police fraud squad. Any individual or entity intending to engage in the recruitment of workers in Jamaica for placement in jobs locally or overseas is required under the Employment Agencies Act to obtain a license from the Ministry of Labor and Social Security, which is renewable annually. Continuing with the news tonight, the St. Andrews Central Police seized 3 firearms and several rounds of ammunition during a vehicular checkpoint operation on Dunrobin Avenue, Kingston yesterday. Reports coming into our news center are that at about 8:15 p.m., the team was on an operation in the area when a motor vehicle was stopped for breaches of the Road Traffic Act. A search of the vehicle was conducted and a .357 Magnum containing 6.38 cartridges, a 9mm Beretta pistol with 8 9mm cartridges, and a Glock 17 pistol with 10 9mm cartridges were found. The 5 occupants of the vehicle, including a female, were taken into custody pending further investigations. Still making Mello TV Evening News at 8. The circumstances surrounding how an ex-police officer who was discovered injured in front of his home this morning was hurt is being investigated by police in St. Elizabeth. Now, according to the police, the ex-corporal was transported to the hospital after being found with multiple wounds and has now undergone surgery and been admitted. Around 2 a.m., police were summoned to a scene. When they arrived, they discovered the former police officer lying on the ground outside his home. According to reports, he had multiple knife wounds on his body and another head wound that was possibly caused by a stone. The ex-cop was reportedly awake when he was discovered, but was unable to give the police any information. And that's our news package for you tonight. Thank you for tuning in to Mello TV Evening News at 8. I am Shelley Hill. Do stay safe, pleasant viewing, and thanks for watching.